What example of someone that is academically smart, but stupid in your life? I had a friend in college. He went to a neighboring high school, so I knew of him previously, but I didn't meet him until my freshman year. He was insanely intelligent. He independently studied for and took every AP exam offered in my state and passed most of them. He had enough credits from AP courses to qualify as a first-year junior in college. The dude could understand almost any topic quite well after a few days of study. Then he decided that he would drop out and work at a Google data center, which he successfully did. He did quite well and was even able to get a few people hired there on his word alone. And then he decided to make extra money by growing and selling pot on the side. He got caught with felony amounts that he was offered a misdemeanor for to avoid any jail time. Instead, he thought it was a great idea to fight the charges altogether while representing himself legally. Ended up going to jail for a while, got fired from Google, went completely broke, and moved back to his childhood trailer to live with his mom. A woman at a former workplace who had her PhD by 278, but kept stirring up drama getting involved with married men. My mom's friend's husband is a chemist that graduated from U of T. Smart guy obviously, but socially stupid. Thinks everyone without an advanced degree should be making minimum wage. Said that to my dad, whose work doesn't require an advanced degree. There was also the time I was telling jokes with my friend as we were carrying boxes helping him move, and he said if we were just going to chat we might as well go home. I was literally carrying boxes as he said it. Buddy, I'm doing this for free. If you don't want my help, I'm more than happy to stop carrying boxes. I once had to endure 2 hours in a car with a very talented engineer, like save the corporation thousands of dollars by fixing broken equipment himself talented. But throughout the drive I had to listen to him preach about how history is a hoax. Napoleon in 1812 fought aliens and not Russians, and that every woman who tries smoking or drinking once in her life instantly becomes an addict. I have a friend who's a chemical engineer that spends tens of thousands of dollars on healing rocks. This is going back many years, but when I used to live with my ex-fiancée, who had a master's degree from NYU, she took a chicken breast out of the freezer to thaw and placed it directly on the shelf of the refrigerator. When it thawed out, the chicken blood juice dripped down onto everything below it. So I pointed this out to her and said if you're going to thaw chicken out, you need to put it on something so it doesn't drip all over the place. So the next time she did it, she set the chicken breast on top of a cup of yogurt, so that when it thaw out it just dripped off of the side of the cup of yogurt and onto everything below it. My most recent ex was a PhD physicist, and the amount of times I had to explain or fix something was pretty astounding. I mostly work with PhDs, and to be honest with you, I learned a long time ago that having a PhD really doesn't mean that you're smarter. It just means that you're able to do something for an extra 4 years. The last person I dated, they are about to finish a master's, but can't figure out that googly eyes on a washing machine is funny. Ex-GF had her master's in chemistry. We went on vacation to DC and we were checking out a list of museums. The Holocaust Museum. What's that about? Ooh, the Holocaust. Oh, isn't that thing where all those Jews died? She was really smart, but so unbelievably naive it hurt. Me. Does my wife count for your post? She speaks 5 languages fluently, also another 3 but not fluent, can put together a PC blindfolded and troubleshoot every issue known to man, mastered music theory and graduated from a specialized music school that classically trained her in 3 instruments. But she has next to no common sense and absolutely zero street smarts. But I think that's why we get on so well, because academically I'm as gifted as a drunk hamster, but I'm overflowing in abundance of street smart and common sense, so we complement each other's weaknesses. They laugh at jokes about quantum physics before the punchline is even delivered. In middle school during physics day, the genius girl who ultimately became high school valedictorian and went to Harvard made a rocket that was by far the best one. She also didn't wear any sunscreen that day and got the worst sunburn I've ever seen. Myself, my test scores and grades were fantastic, but I said screw college and had a kid at 20. Real life stupid. My stepdad, nuclear physicist, can't operate an iPhone, constantly needs help with basic technology, keeps buying crappy laptops and loading them with garbage software, then being mystified why they don't work, can't operate the touchscreen in his new car, is just annoyed by it. Me, but the other way around. No wait, actually I'm stupid in both cases. My dad, he's an industrial HVAC project manager, no idea what that is, only know he's worked industrial HVAC my entire life. However, he's the cheapest man alive and looks at me like I'm from Andromeda when I explain going to 3 different grocery stores because one of them has cans of pie filling cheaper than the first one. Then the third one has generic soda cheaper than the other two is actually more expensive because you're wasting gas driving all around town to save like 25 cents per thing you want. Our physics professor once had held a remote lecture without turning his Google Meet on, so he just spoke to the computer for 1.5 hours. Someone in my brother's class gets almost 100 in every test, but somehow managed to fall into the same pond twice with his coat getting lost. The process both times the pond has a fence around it,